and welcome back. I'm Dr. Shirley Garrett, the author of Hot Flash Divas, and today I'm sharing with you Chapter 6. As you can see, I'm wearing my favorite writer's t-shirt, and if anyone is interested in what it says exactly, please leave a comment. Of course, your subscribes or likes are most welcome. Chapter 6, Clues. After Dad's funeral, I tried to focus on two things: overcoming my grief and reconstructing my life. It was time to pull out the emotional superglue. It wasn't easy, since many things I saw on a daily basis brought memories of my father. My dungeon moment occurred when I cleaned out my dad's bathroom at the assisted living facility. I picked up his denture holder and found myself sitting on the cold tile floor, blubbering, as I recall the nights I'd filled it with water and dropped in the tablets that fizzed away the stains. A blue plastic denture holder took me to my knees. The next morning, for some reason foreign to me, I woke replenished with hope. I called my landlord and agreed to sign a lease to expand my office space. I'd been considering the expansion for a year, but the time had never seemed right. With my private practice finally showing a profit and my caretaking responsibilities gone, things appeared to be stabilizing. There were clues scattered like breadcrumbs over the past year that Todd was headed at full tilt toward a midlife crisis. If I hadn't been in a tizzy, running from crisis to crisis while blanketed with grief, I might have noticed. Todd had turned 40 that March before my dad's death in September. One day, I caught him examining the top of his head with my hand mirror. I backed out of the bathroom, not wanting to embarrass him, while he contorted his 6-foot frame for a better view. I'll never forget the night he came home worried that his company would transfer him to Tennessee. I shrugged. Hey, I'm okay if we move. I'm licensed in Tennessee. I'd have to take the Tennessee licensing exam. You know I'm phobic about standardized tests. Todd flopped into his recliner and grabbed the remote. He was wound into a tizzy, convinced that he wouldn't pass. I tried to ease his stress with a little lovemaking, which had worked well in the past. The fear plagued his mind to the point where he couldn't obtain an erection. It took weeks before I could coax him into a sexual situation again. Todd's work caused him angst in other ways, too. A workaholic, he reached a point in his career where he knew he should be in management, but wasn't. So he wanted to be in charge of everything. After years of overworking him, the funeral home finally hired enough staff for him to have a normal work hour. This change occurred as I revved into overdrive to care for my dad while struggling to keep my psychology practice in the black. The timing was lousy. To Todd, it was okay for me to be home, alone, all those nights and weekends for 19 years because his job required it. He considered my absence during my year of transition and crisis to be neglect. A particular incident comes to mind. Buffy greeted me at the door, tail whipping, smiling her doggy grin. Hi, Buffy, Mommy's happy to see you too. I bent and rubbed her from stem to stern. I looked up to find Todd scowling at me. Where have you been? It's 9 o'clock, for Christ's sake. I stood and stretched my back, picking up Dad's prescriptions. I told you I need to do that this morning. His mouth formed a tight line, a sure sign of disapproval. Couldn't you do that earlier? I tried, Todd. I took Dad to his radiation treatment this morning. There's a 40-minute commute both ways. I had to shift all my patient appointments to this afternoon and tonight. I lowered myself to the sofa, feeling stiff. Buffy hopped up beside me. This is the first chance I've had to pick up his pain medications and deliver them to him. He'll run out tomorrow morning. What about me? I've been sitting here alone all night. Don't I matter? He pushed out of his recliner and stomped down the hall to the bedroom. Scene change. Shoving these past incidents behind me, I was determined to look forward. Visualizing blue skies in my future, I let down my guard. The bad times were over, right? Tomorrow, hopefully you'll join me for Chapter 7. Have a great day. Stay well, stay healthy, and stay safe.